Hong Kong is one of the coolest cities in Asia. It's got more skyscrapers than any other on the planet and boasts an incredible food and beverage scene, which I'm always keen to explore further, but my other reason for visiting was wrestling.
Woo! Right here!
No, not that kind of wrestling. To go back a little further, Hong Kong is the place that spawned the demigod-like figures of Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee, so you can find here a deep love of martial arts. On a recent visit, I stopped by the Warrior Academy. It's a fantastic gym with high-level striking coaches dishing out knowledge on the ever-popular art of Muay Thai. But that's not what piqued my interest on this particular trip. I was here to see a man named Matt Polino. Having wrestled most of his life and fought professionally in MMA, he's in Hong Kong looking to grow the wrestling game.
People have been wrestling since BC. You know, they've been wrestling since BC, man. Yeah, and what other sport's been doing that?
Not only has it been around for thousands of years, but just look at the world's best mixed martial artists around today. From Daniel Cormier to Yoel Romero and Ben Askren, they were all Olympic wrestlers before they ever challenged for world titles in the cage. One of the hottest names in the UFC right now is Khabib Nurmagomedov. That guy grew up wrestling actual bears in Russia.
Get over here!
An interesting side note, hey. So while Hong Kong and the rest of Southeast Asia has a rich striking history, it's important that they begin to embrace the grind on the wrestling mats to create world-class martial artists. Two of HK's biggest stars, Alan Ungalani and Eddie Ung, have had success, but both learnt their trade abroad. So if the goal is to create more homegrown MMA prodigies, strength in wrestling is essential.
Well, I feel like when you look at MMA as a whole, wrestling is the bottom of the pyramid. It dictates where the fight goes. So you need wrestling to you know, dictate the pace of the fight. If you want the fight standing, you have your wrestling ability to keep the fight standing. And if you need to take it to the ground, you can take it to the ground. It's an essential part of mixed martial arts. And you see in Asia or around the world, even at the UFC, guys who can't stop takedowns, they end up having trouble sometimes during the fight.
Ting, one of Matt's students, agrees that Hong Kong needs more of a wrestling culture.
It probably starts with the younger generation now, you know. Younger kids probably, they're like, you know, when you're young, you know, you like to fight a lot, you know, so I feel like it's like a good outlet for kids to do it, you know, and like once you start them young, by the time they get to 20, you know, they'll be good. So like, focus should be on the younger generation now, I feel, if you want to grow the sport.
Wisdom. And from that pearl of wisdom, we decided that it was probably time for lunch. Good thing we're in Hong Kong. One of the finest places on earth to get a good meal. Dim Sum it was. If you're in HK, you gotta go local, right? And that's what they did. Har Gao, Siu Mai, Chow Siu Bao, they're some of my favorites, but the Fong Jiao, otherwise known as chicken feet, I'm afraid I had to avoid. We did, however, tuck into everything going. Dim Sum, remember, has been sating weary travellers for centuries. And it certainly did the job here with a couple of very satisfied Westerners tucking into the delicious feast before us.
This is good.
Right, mate, we know Hong Kong's got some of the best bars and restaurants in the world. We've got a treat for our last stop. A friend of mine goes by the name of James Barker. He happens to make world-class cocktails. He's got a treat in store for us. In we go to the commissary.
Boys, welcome to commissary. How's it going?
Good, man. How's it going?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Not too shabby. Thirsty?
Yes, very much.
Wonderful. Let me help you out, guys. Today we're going to do a cocktail inspired by a man he may have heard of named Conor McGregor. It's called the Mystic Mac. It's a cheeky little number made with Teeling Irish whiskey. Made in Dublin, just like the man himself. Alongside a little bit of lemon juice for sourness. little bit of maple syrup for sweetness. Who doesn't love that? A little dash of orange bitters and ginger and turmeric. Put hairs on your chest, man. After a couple of rounds, you may find yourself on the floor. And some egg white for protein, make you big and strong. Very happy myself with how it came out, but I reckon that it's... thanks for coming by, guys.
Boys, it's been an absolute pleasure. Eat, play. Okay, ready?
Plate fry.
God, this has been an
Cheers.
absolute pleasure. Cheers.
Cheers.
That was terrible. Sorry, that was me.
Let's do one more. That's not going in. Eat, pray, fight, Hong Kong edition.
Cheers.
Cheers. Nice one.